States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Brown. Alderman Kilgore.
Here.
Alderman Sands. Here. Alderman Polly.
Yeah. Okay, has everyone reviewed the minutes from October 6th meeting? Yeah. Have a motion to pass those.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Vice Mayor French.
Aye.
Alderman Swan. Aye. Alderman Brown. Alderman Kilgore.
Aye.
Alderman Sands. Aye. Alderman Polly.
Moving to correspondence. No comments from mayor. Mayor's assignment one, board meeting. Meeting's out of town. Comments from citizens. Ms. Morris?
Yes, thank you. There's just something that I would like to bring before the board, mayor, and alderman tonight, because last year we discovered that there was a 3-year lease on the building at 121 North Irwin, and that was illegal because it did not have the approval of the funding body, which of course is you. So what we did was we went back and looked at other 3-year contracts that we have. I think it's always been the understanding that once you approve the budget and those contracts, the money for the contracts is in the budget, then there is approval. But in our effort to be transparent with everything, we want to just mention to you tonight the 3-year contracts that we have that are all covered under our existing budget. So we're not asking for any extra money. The first one that I have is a 3-year contract for Study Island at Westwood Middle School. The reason they would like to enter into the 3-year contract is that it amounts to a $2,000 savings over doing it annually. At our office, we have a 3-year contract on the postage meter. And again, that's a savings in order to do a 3-year contract. The other contracts that we've discovered all relate to technology. And so I have Mark Howell with me, who is our technology director, and he will address those.
We essentially have one master lease. It's 3 separate leases for our iPad one-to-one program at the middle school. So we are entering into year 3 of the first year lease, year 2 of the second year of the lease, and then our first year of the third lease. In the total amount, the first year was $24,000, the second year was $18,000, and the third year $17,000. So we understood the lease to say that Apple's financing company said that if funding was not provided in the next budget year, then just the return of equipment. So that's Apple's lease there. In addition to that lease, I'm asking to use current money that I have in the technology budget to virtualize a data center that we currently need right now. All the money's in the current budget, but it would be a lease over 5 years. The current bill on that project is anywhere from $65,000 to $75,000 if we don't have that much money in the budget to spend in 1 year. A 3-year lease stretches the budget too much. It's anywhere from 20 to 25. 4-year lease, it gets it around 16 to 18. A 5-year lease is under $15,000 a year, which allows us a little bit more room to still do technology projects that we're working on.
Is there disadvantages to having a 5-year lease?
Disadvantages?
You say, oh, well, after 1 year, I wish we could have done this.
I wouldn't think, not this project. Most of our infrastructure that we have, we rewired the district 3 years ago. And all of our infrastructure that we have was brand new, state of the art, except for the data center. And it would take one server to go out and pretty much the whole district would fail. So we're working on equipment that's 9 years and older. It's time. Yeah, it's time for us to do something. I'm not sure the next step to get with the board and figure out to get approval for that lease, but we're open to comments, whatever the board would wish.
So when are you going to enter into that?
I have money that's budgeted right now. It would be, of course, y'all's approval as well as our board's approval. As well.
Are all of these projects funded by local money or?
Yes, all.
They're
yes,
not
all.
grant money?
Not grant
The
money.
iPads aren't grant money?
No, all of them.
Do they accept this?
On the data center, what are we leasing?
It's 3 servers. Now, I can give y'all detailed specs if you wish in I guess, a file or printout. It's 2 servers that are stacked together to virtualize and then a backup server.
What are you keeping on there?
Well, they run, it's a domain controller, so it runs the whole district's Active Directory. It's a file server. It'll also be for a disaster recovery backup, file share.
So these are also have software on them that we're leasing also?
Yes, sir. And all that's bundled into the lease, as well as the installation and setup, training.
Guaranteed updates,
Yes, sir.
no charge?
Yes, sir.
A lot of these leases where they're used to dealing with governments contain a phrase, like you said with Apple, that if the funding body doesn't approve, it lets you out of the lease. Well, I don't know if all these ones have that in it. I'd say if they're used to dealing with governmental entities, they will have that provision in there. So but you're probably obligated to ask the funding body to do it. I think what was conveyed to everybody was that the school board couldn't obligate money beyond an annual budget year. And as long as those people understand that, if you enter into the lease, it's good as long as the money is there to fund it. And then, only if you wanted to obligate, or wanted this board to obligate the taxpayers beyond that to do it, then that would require some action by this board. I think probably you have the autonomy, to manage that subject to your own board's approval on a year-to-year basis, and as someone observed, when this board approves your budget, then those expenditures are there. Probably everybody would want to look at it. It may not be both in your interest and this board's interest to approve a 3-year lease, because you could always go back to them and say, we didn't get it approved this year. I mean, you go ahead and sign it right now, but you can go back if somehow this board didn't fund it in year 3. Sometimes that's helpful. I don't think they would do it from a punitive standpoint, but I think probably, particularly in light of the information you've provided about it, but, if it doesn't work out, you can come back up here and not put it in your budget in year 3. And then, I don't know what those provisions are, but it may be something that after everybody reads through it.
Sound like somebody wants somebody to do the lease.
Well, but then, you get hung in a lease that when they're not performing and they say, well, you've got this lease.
Right.
And then they're like, well, people that funded us said they're not going to fund it.
Right, so you're saying you're an out for us in the event that we.
Potentially,
Yes, if
potentially.
we wanted to break the.
That's good.
Yeah,
agreement.
potentially, particularly if things didn't work out, once this board's approved it, they may think, look, we're home free, I hadn't read the provisions, and when you start talking about things you talk about, I have no idea what most of them are about.
We did bring just one copy, but we want to leave that with you. The contract that I mentioned, it does have a no fund clause, so if there, and it does come from a grant. So in the event that we didn't have funding, then the contract's null and void.
And that may be a reason for this board doesn't really need to do it, because you obligate the school system, or the school board obligates the school system as far as it's able to, and the people that have the lease know that going in, because most entities that deal with governments are familiar with that. I know we had it with the municipal lease with some stuff down at the rec center, that if it's not funded, then they come get their stuff essentially, and they know that going in, I think. But probably we ought to make a copy of it, let everybody look at it to see, and I don't think, so I think the board.
I'm sorry, did you say it was 15,000?
The server virtualization is $15,000.
That'll have to be paid this year.
Yes.
And so what was your initial plan for that 15,000 in the budget?
Either to refresh more computers or to hold off for this virtual election
So how are you funding the refreshing of the computers?
out of that same fund.
So there's more money there than just 15?
Yes, there's 20, it's 20. And I just haven't spent any of the 20 this year in anticipation that if we can move forward with this project. If not, I would do it just another refresh.
We're basically here just to let you know that
Yeah.
these contracts exist.
I would like to have a copy of it and see, but as far as any kind of organization.
Is this something we have bids on?
Yes, sir, I've gone through the whole bid process.
So we found out that bids, taking bids, helped a lot.
Yes, I've got four bids that I'm currently scoring.
All right.
And that's why I gave you the range of the price.
Okay. The office, yes.
So I thought some of the iPads were purchased, I thought already, I guess I misunderstood.
That was the county. They haven't
Okay.
purchased any for us. We'd like for them to, but
Oh, and
we haven't
local.
gotten that yet.
It's a wonderful project. It's a big headache for me, but it's worth it for the kids.
And you have those through what grades?
6th to 8th. We started with just one grader for the 6th grade, and then we moved into the next year's 6th grade. So now the middle school, every child has an iPad.
Do they get to take them home and use them for homework and stuff? Right.
If you guys agree, I'd like to say we all look at the contract he's got and then discuss it. Would you guys come to the finance meeting next month?
It's got a non-appropriation of funds language. The lease they're giving says lessee shall have the right to terminate lease on the last day of the fiscal period for which sufficient appropriations were made without penalty or expense except any portion of the lease for which funds have been appropriated and budgeted. In which event the lessee shall return the equipment subject to the lease in accordance with Section 9 of the 19th Master Lease. So they recognize that if you don't get the funding to do it, that they're going to get the stuff. Again, this is pretty standard, and frankly, I think it's required by an IRS ruling to make some of the interest tax-free, actually. I'm not a tax.
So really with that in there, it's not really a 5-year, I mean, it's based on.
Right,
And I think probably their point is they're just telling us that it's out there.
Yes, that's exactly
So
what
nobody
we
gets,
wanted to do.
so
just
nobody
let you
gets
know.
surprised
Right.
when someone says,
So
oh,
that there's no more
it's.
surprises.
And that's the iPad lease. What I'm asking for is permission to pursue this 5 years.
Yeah, see, and that's where I think we don't need to lend permission. I think that needs to come from your board, because if we lend permission in a series of votes, for example, then that might become a 5-year lease. You're out provision.
Yes, and
This is
I
usually
understand
going.
that.
So, I mean, if this is something you budgeted, I'd pursue it through your board.
Okay. We just want to make sure y'all were aware that we were,
That's all we
be
wanted to
transparent.
do.
Yeah, I don't
Let's
think.
just inform you.
Right, yeah, but you don't want anybody to hear it on the street. I heard the school board entered into a 3-year lease with Apple.
Exactly, and
or
you not be
whatever.
aware of that, yes.
We'll get copies. Do you agree? Well, and I'll get copies.
You're doing a good job.
We appreciate you coming and telling us that. Thank you.
And this one, that's the Apple. Most of them are similar. People that deal with it are similar. It may be something we can use to both our advantages.
Okay, all right, well, thank you all very much.
I'm sorry for my that, I haven't did, but like, when a kid gets one, they have next year too, the same one, and then the next year you
we
start
try
out
to do the
soft.
same one. Try, it doesn't always work that way.
And we do have some extras in case one gets broken, needs
Right.
repaired,
Right.
then they'll have an iPad while those get repaired. The first time it's broken, we pay for it. After that, it's parents' obligation.
Good. Good.
They have some accountability.
Everybody has to have skin in the game.
Exactly. All right, well, thank you all very much. We don't want to take any more of your
for
time.
doing this.
We'll move on to committees. Safety.
Safety, we mainly talked about the response to the jail out here when they had the rioting. And found a couple of things with our SWAT team that we needed to correct. So first off, we need to get gas mask for them, because they busted in out there, and nobody, the sheriff's department told them that they had released gas in there, and there our man was in the pod with breathing gas. And also, two of the members who live outside the city, we've authorized them to take their patrol cars home for a faster response. They have to come here to City Hall in their personal cars, get their equipment on, and then go to the jail. So all that, the police department is following up with. Alderman Brown, do you want to talk about the 2 extra loops on Hillsborough Boulevard? I think we approved that. Yeah, that's what was approved, from what I can see.
Brent's going to check out for the one at the same time. Okay. One line, till I'm on the highway. But we put it back to safety mostly, so you will be in charge.
There you go. And that's about it. We'll have our next meeting the first Wednesday of November, 5 o'clock.
Okay, finance?
Finance session in October, we'll be meeting in November 4th at 5:30.
Our commission?
Another new one.
Street?
We need a street light on Hampton Court.
Okay. We have a motion for street light again. Okay.
Where is Hampton Court?
It's, go down West Oak and turn back in there. All I know, Jimmy Park subdivision.
Okay.
It's sort of here back there.
Call roll, please.
Vice Mayor French. Alderman Swan. Alderman Ryan. Alderman Kilgore. Alderman Sang. Alderman Polly.
Is that all? Street?
Yes.
Okay. Water and sewer?
Nothing report. We have nothing.
Recreation?
Oh my goodness, there's so much going on with the rec center. It's really incredible how much goes on there. Coming up the weekend events, I'll let Marty tell you about that in just a second, but just in case none of the aldermen have driven by the rec center building, that is being painted. Monterey agreed to paint the building as long as they can do an art project. So the wall that faces the swimming pool is their art project. So that will be a nice visual for everyone if you want to drive by and see that. But Monty, if you just kind of want to go over, I know you've got a lot of events happening throughout the end of this month.
Yeah, we have a lock-in for the kids on Friday night from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So we'll be spending the night. And then the next night, we have our Boo Run Run, which is a 5K race that we're doing at night in costume. We take care of the kids. If you want to run, you can have your children watch it. And Halloween Carnival, we're going to have inside the rec center. We're having a weenie roast, and we're having the Zumba do the Thriller in the amphitheater. So it'll be quite the event Saturday night.
Alderman Ryan wants to know what we're doing in your spare time.
I don't know. Bonnaroo called me today. I'll just tell you they're interested in it anyway on their property.
Oh, she had good news too. Did you want to tell her good news about the egg race?
The what?
The egg race? What we just had?
Each race.
Oh, didn't I already say that? I know, Lana's going to be excited
I
about
know, I'm
this.
very excited. I'm running it.
The Race for the Ages is coming back Labor Day weekend, and he's come and he's paid his deposit, and he's pretty much booked Fred Devon Park for Labor Day weekend. So he thinks it's going to be bigger than it was last year, because last year when he did it, we were like, oh, it's so great. He said, well, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. We won't have it probably again, but people wanted it. They kept bugging him. So yeah, he did say he wanted a recreation department participant. I was saying, but I might say, there's a board of mayor and alderman participant I think we might get. So that's Labor Day weekend. So
Tell them we're going to need the fees waived.
Yeah. Oh, he did, I'm sorry, he did say fees would be waived.
I have nothing to report tourism, we haven't met yet, we will meet next Monday at 5 o'clock. Conference Center. Planning Commission,
Yeah, we met yesterday, and we approved approved a site plan for 1604 Hillsborough Boulevard, Manchester Turnpike, to build the building, and we also approved a variance to the offset for the building on the road. Went over some ordinances that Gerald had prepared for a potential yard sale ordinance. And the planning commission made a motion and passed to modify those somewhat. And I personally don't feel comfortable moving forward tonight, so I'm not going to make a motion for that right now. Maybe it's some more discussion. We'll meet, next meeting will be November 16th in the Board of Public.
okay, historical zoning.
I did want to, I meant to mention before the meeting, I spoke with Lisa today, and I'm going to be coming to one of your next meetings to work with you guys. Tourism, trying to merge those two together. Already stepped in it for 2 weeks. Yeah, we have no resolution, so we'll move on to ordinances.
And second reading ordinance being Title 14, Chapter 6, Section 22 of the Manchester Municipal Code, the same being the zoning ordinance of the city of Manchester, Tennessee, to amend that ordinance and zoning map and provide that real estate owned by MacArthur 23 LLC be rezoned as C3 commercial from C5 commercial. Pass first reading on October 6th.
Make a motion.
Second. Any discussion? Any discussion? Okay, call roll please.
Vice Mayor French.
Aye.
Alderman Swan. Alderman Bryant. Alderman Kilgore. Alderman Sain. Alderman Pauling.
I like when you have two resolutions in all business.
First one is what we talked about the items of the police department, and I had suggested a list of what's to be disposed of. That's obviously the board's pleasure is to do that. I understand last time a master list of what they had was here. I don't know if anybody has decided what should be gotten rid of. The other one is actually it's an ordinance to amend the code 9409 relative to taxi cabs. That has to do with the health information and inspection, I believe. There were some suggestions that be, and they're not copies with what I have. There may be copies with board
I think
members.
the mayor was putting that on the next work session, he just wanted to make you aware of the, he didn't know what they actually discussed.
I would like to talk about that surplus though, because I've spoken with our assistant chief, and I've also followed up with our street department director. And I know that stuff is getting moved more quickly than it ever has been. And it's my understanding, I think last week, and Brent's not here, but Adam's here, wasn't the last trailer empty?
Yes.
And so I think that stuff is now being gone through and posted, correct?
Correct.
So can we vote to just remove that?
It's under old business, there's no vote probably. I mean,
And just so it won't show up again?
Mayor usually just creates the agenda, but yeah, you can vote not to have it on there, or just advise them informally not to put it back on the agenda.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't put it on the agenda because he didn't know what was discussed and really what anybody wanted to do, so he just said that if they wanted to discuss it further, just put it.
Is it just the board's pleasure, just don't put it back on the agenda, rather than, I don't think it's required to put it back. And the other one was to amend that code section. If we can talk about that in the work session, that's fine. There were some suggestions came out of safety about not maintaining health information. I think the amendment I did says the police chief reviews it, but the taxi cab people keep it for 18 months after the person leaves in case they have a wreck. You've got a year to file a lawsuit, and up to 6 months to hold it in case taxi cab driver's health becomes an issue. And the other one had to do with the inspections and putting the VIN number on the inspection certificate. I provided that there will be an inspection certificate carried in the cab that it has been inspected, and really delegated to the safety committee, let them approve the format. Clog the ordinance up, put the formats down. I think probably it's somewhere in email. We'll talk about that next time. That was a suggestion.
Okay, any new business?
I would just like to say, I hope that we do have a work session at the first meeting in November, because the yard sale ordinance, I feel like it should be something that's on all of our minds. And I've seen what you're all prepared, and know Lana has. If the rest of the ones will be provided a copy of that, so we can move forward with that.
And whatever suggestions or alternatives, this whole word processor, I'd bring 8 versions of it. It's not hard to do.
I think planning was just wanting to limit some of the commercial areas to 41, during some of the changes that were. So when the other Alderman did, that was one of the changes. And then there was a comment in there about maybe limit the residents to so many per year. And I think that's another thing to do.
I think they wanted just to
Not
keep
have that
residential out of it.
I think we can have a healthy discussion about that agreement. I think the concept, the initial concept of what we're trying to prevent, we all agree with. I just think we can make sure language is all suffice. Items from the board, Alderman Swan.
That item that I had, and then the other item, I think that was mentioned in planning a month ago, about our buildings and the requirements of new commercial buildings being built. I wish that that's something too that could be brought up in a work session fairly quick.
About the brick or masonry
Yes,
on the front.
certain percentage of new construction commercial buildings required. And there's things I know that Jamie can get for us, or Scott can get for us, that other towns use that we need to be looking at and get codes up to date.
I don't know if this is an appropriate place to share or not, but I also would like to see us take a step in the direction of housing developers installing greenway or sidewalk systems in neighborhoods before we approve any type of approve the subdivision, or at least adopt the roadways into the city.
Scott, is that some information that you might put together for all of us prior to the next work session?
Sure, I'll work with Jamie, we'll get those examples together.
Alderman Brown? Alderman Kilgore?
I'm looking, is Junior already taken over running the code?
I'm the interim.
You're the interim? Okay. Everything going good?
It's going good.
Okay. Anything we need to know?
The only thing I have to say is just, if we're going to be creating new ordinances related to codes, I think that we definitely need to be able to enforce the ones that we have. So any sign compliances and things like that, we can talk about enforcing from here on out.
I just have a couple events listed here. Students of Tech Viewers Music Studio will be at the community market on the square on October 24th at 9 a.m. And we'll be accepting donations of money or non-perishable foods for the Good Samaritan Food Shelf. Also, Safety Square will be October 30th, which is Friday, correct? City offices, non-essential employees will leave at 1:30. The 19th annual toy convoy at the Red Raider Academy will happen on November 1st, starting at 11 a.m. The lineup will be even. And November 14th is the chili cook-off in Cartersville on the square.
starting at 10 a.m. And
I just had a couple things. First one, I talked to MTS today, and they finalized our survey. Should be emailing it out today to whoever they email it out to. That should be coming in the next day or so on the fire side of the house. We had a fire this morning at Russell Stover's. Fire was contained outside of Russell Stover's. Probably $500 or so worth of damage done to their facility. Our guys did a great job. Adam's guys did a wonderful job of securing the area for us so we can do our job freely without any hindrance from public transportation. So it was a real good effort by everybody this morning.
The hose, that where you get new hose for the ones that fail.
No, it's fine.
Something that the board needs.
I usually talk to Bridget more than I talk to you.
did you ask Russell Stover if they're going to have any discounted candy?
Well, if the fire would have gotten inside, we'd probably have a lot of melted chocolate and some, a lot of discounted candy, but they didn't get inside, they stopped it outside. So it was really nice.
What about the 604 or
604 is still sitting in Nashville. I'm not real happy with it professionally. They continue to bother them every day to find information out and continue to get the same answer. So maybe tomorrow I'll take a drive to Nashville.
If you do it tomorrow, and then I'll drive in with you.
That's it.
Anything else? Adjourn.